headline though. Unhinged because playing it safe never went viral. What does this one say? Steal attention without getting canceled. I thought I was pretty fast at making landing pages with drag and drop, you know, like Convertri here, which is one of my favorite drag and drop ones. But this has been a game changer since I switched to AI doing landing pages. Now, I'll go through one from beginning all the way to end with you right here. But I will tell you that I'm not completely giving up Convertri, and I'll tell you why at the end. Also, I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, how do I take my AI pages and get them into my landing page builder? So I'll show you what I do for that as well. So let's go. First of all, you need to have the offer. So let me pull it up. I need to create a standalone landing page for this newsletter that we created, the Unhinged newsletter. You get your weekly newsletter where we actually get you the top trending memes, and we give you examples of how to use it and all sorts of really great stuff. So I want to run ads, and I don't love the Beehive landing page. So I actually want to put together one that I think will work really well as a standalone. And what you need is you need to have your offer. You need to have some type of AI that you like to use, DeepSeek or ChatGPT, Claude, Magi, whatever it is that you want to use. And then right now I'm doing stuff with either Lovable or Bolt.new. Let's create something in Bolt.new and let's see how it looks. I've been leaning a little bit more towards Bolt.new in the last maybe week or so because they say that they upgraded their design. So I find it interesting to see just how it looks a little bit different. I have used Manus actually, but we can save that for another video. Manus created the entire websites. I can give you my pros and cons on that one. But here's what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up ChatGPT right here because I usually start with ChatGPT actually before I dive into here. Think of like your AI builders as like a senior employee, right, that you bring in. So you want to make sure you have everything ready for that employee before they actually start to do any work so you can make the most of your time with them. And I do that with ChatGPT. So I say, write a prompt for me to use in Lovable.dev or Bolt.new to create a landing page for this offer. Okay, and then this is all the info I have on here. Okay, and then I might want to tell it more things. The audience is marketers and business owners. I want it to look sleek, compelling, similar to other pages, other products and pages that advertise on JVZoo. I know it recognizes that type of style. So let's just see what it says here. And you can also keep going back and forth here in ChatGPT until you're happy with it. I've also done this with DeepSeek as well. For writing prompts, I tend to use ChatGPT or DeepSeek. I also might, depending on how long the prompt is, I might actually ask it to make it shorter to be as efficient as possible. But let's take a look. Sleek, here we go. And, okay, bright, not childish. Okay, so let me just put here, I want the copy to feel a bit smart ass and snarky, but remember that it has to be Facebook compliant. Okay, so let's see what does this here. And I want to show you everything here in real time so you can actually see how long this takes. Okay, smart ass. Yes, smart ass, snarky energy. This isn't bad. I don't know why it gives you bullet points. It's so annoying because when you copy and paste it, it doesn't show bullet points, but whatever. Let's see here. Okay, I'm not going to put the testimonial section in there. Not going to put that in there. Not going to put this in there. All right, so I'm going to take this as it is. Okay, so let's just copy this over here. I'm going to take out some stuff though. So let's go to Bolt.new. Let's try this here. So I'm just going to paste this in here, but remember, I'm going to take out some stuff. So let's see here. I don't have testimonials. So let's just take, yeah, I could put a look inside teaser. I'm going to take that out. I don't want to have a countdown timer. Yeah, you could do that. Actually, no, that's fine. We could do a countdown timer to the next meme drop. Okay, which is every Wednesday. I like that. Okay. I'm not going to put the leaderboard. That's way too much work. No direct calls. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's put his here and let's see what it comes up with. Now, Bolt.new, this is still the free version. I can always upgrade to get more credits, so we'll see how that works. I've been doing a lot of work on Lovable, and I do have the paid version on there. While we're waiting for this to work, actually here, notice what it does is it actually tells you what its plan is. And I do like to take a look here. See, it says thought for 6 seconds. I'll create a sleek, high converting landing page, blah, 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 core features. So this is very helpful because it helps me to see where it's going. And if I have to, I'll quickly press stop and, rejig my instructions. But this looks fine, so I'm just going to let it keep going. One of the reasons I do like Lovable is I do find that in general, it gets me less, it does like less errors. And also with the paid version, I can do private as well, which is nice. So just if you want to keep things private here, but you know what, just for fun, let's actually take this prompt and let's actually run it at the same time in Lovable and let's see what we get. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing. Let's go down here. Okay, so let's go into Lovable and I'm just leaving this private and let's see what it does. The last time I ran this with Lovable versus Bolt, I did like Bolt's design a little bit better, but they were both pretty similar. And both of these can connect to GitHub as well as to Netlify. So, and I'll show you how I make them live, because that's the other question I get is, okay, this is all great. After it's done all of this, how the heck do you get it to be live, right? Because it's really nice. You've got like a nice preview. It's great. But how do you get it to be live? So I'll show you how I do that when we deploy it. What I basically try and do is I try and get it to sync to GitHub. So you do need to have a GitHub account. I think I have I can't remember. I think I pay like $5 a month or something for GitHub. In any event, GitHub, you can create what they call repositories. So you would create one repository, I believe, for each page that you want. And then I also use Netlify because it was Netlify also owns Bolt, by the way. So netlify.com. So I found it just easy to use whatever they already have set up for me. And I'm still on the free version, actually, of Netlify. If that's how you pronounce it. So Netlify, you can just add site and I can just go add a new site, import an existing project. And I'm going to choose GitHub and then it just pulls it in and it's so easy. After I did this, I'm not going back to drag and drop. This is crazy easy. Here's one that I already created. I'll show you here. And you can see I also have a domain that was set over here, which I'll show you how I did that. But I think this one turned out pretty well. Now I did make some changes to it, but this is pretty much the design that it gave me. And obviously I changed the text because it was writing stuff in there. That was not true, but I didn't give it all the information it needed anyway. So it was nice that it did that. Let's see how it's going here. Oh, look. Now, I noticed I didn't tell it to do purple, so it just seems to like purple for some reason. This week's drop, that is huge. I don't know why they have it to be like that. That's like a lot of text. Well, let's take, images. Let's take a look and let me take a look at it in another tab. I need to connect this tab to the project. Okay, I don't know, whatever that was. All right, let's see here. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. So steal attention without getting canceled. I think I want to remove this section here where it says this week's drop. And this is fine here. This is fine. Okay, so this actually looks pretty good. Let me just get rid of this part here. So this week's drop. Okay, remove the image that says this week's drop. Remove the image and wording where it says this week's drop, so that the header area is just the headlines, etc. Okay, let's see if that works. Sometimes I don't know how to explain stuff to it, so we'll see how that works. Oh, okay, it says it's updating it. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, you notice that there is some type of similarity, like it is using Tailwind CSS. So I do find that they do kind of look similar, but I'm choosing templates anyway. So that's not a bad thing. It's just whether or not you like their templates or not. Oh, look, it updated it just like I blinked and it updated it. So let's take a look. Okay, this isn't bad. I think I want the sign up box to be more centered. Let's see what they have here. Interesting. So now this one is lovable. Let's see which one we like better so we know which one to run with. That's weird that they did this, that little animation. Okay, this needs to be centered. I don't know why they both had problems centering. Actually, I kind of like this better because it's blurred information. This is preview. Oh, okay. Got it, got it, got it. This one isn't bad. I kind of like this one better now. At first, maybe it hurt me. At first I was like, I don't love this part here where it's like kind of a weird, I don't know, like the blur thing around it. I don't know. What do you think? This one is also not bad. It's very clear. Not sure now. Let's see. Let's take a look at both of these here. I mean, I could use both of them. I could try both of them. It's kind of cute though, the way that it has, but cute doesn't necessarily mean that it is there. I do like this headline though. Unhinged, because playing it safe never went viral. What does this one say? Steal attention without getting canceled. I don't know. It's a good thing to test. Unhinged because playing it safe never went viral. I don't know. Yeah, well, it's definitely something to test. So this part here where it says the sign up box. Okay. Okay, it says network error. I don't know. Also, the sign up box needs to be centered on the screen in desktop mode. Okay, I'm probably going to run out of credit soon anyway for this one. And then if I want to, I could give it an image to upload over here to replace, and I don't have a logo, but I could do that as well. This isn't bad. This isn't bad at all, actually. I might actually go with this one. So this is just where, you can start to, this is where the human element, I find, starts to come in. So you can decide, do I love this? Do I not like this? Yeah, that's better. I like it there. And then here's where I would, I'm going to have to just go through and pull up different. I mean, this is okay. I don't know why it has jelly beans there, but I'm going to have to probably change this wording here, but that's fine. That's like no big deal. And you know what? I just go in here and tell it what to change. Yeah, so here it says subscribe to Pro for 66x more usage. I might need to use that if I want to go with this page here. It says join the weekly drop. Yep, so that's really all you have to do is just go through and say, like, do I love this or not? Now, maybe I like this one better. I don't know. I mean, the copy on this one was better, but that doesn't mean it can't be changed. I kind of like how it says hover over each to see what you're missing. But I don't know if I want to have that in there. I might want to just make it more mysterious. Yeah, I think I want to make it more mysterious. So over here, I'm going to say the email box and button. need to be centered on the page in desktop mode. Also, what was it? Look inside the drop. Delete the look inside the drop section. Okay, so let's see what it looks like now after they do that. I mean, if I didn't want purple either, I could just say do it in yellow or red or anything and it would just do it. Oh, this part needs to be centered as well. Well, it's okay. We can do that very easily. I think I might stick with this one. I think I might stick with this one here. I was going to say I like Bolt.new, but now I don't know. I think I do like the Lovable one better. So let's just stick with that one. And that's what's nice about it. Look, it's just been a few minutes and we've gotten pretty far. Okay. So what I'm going to do next, okay, there, see, I've made 2 key changes there. See, it centered it, boom, right away. It's centered down. Oh, see, I didn't have to tell it to center it down here. It did it. This I thought was cute, anonymous marketing director. That's fine. This one has like a little bit more of an attitude I find on here. That's fine. This is fine. Like, this is a free newsletter. I feel like we don't have to make such a big deal about it. Okay. Okay. Does the design need to be fixed, be redone in any way after deleting that section to keep the page flowing well and being compelling? Sometimes I'll ask it that just to see what, I don't know, I just kind of like that. I kind of like that little animation thing. I would not have thought to do that. I do not even know how to do that in WordPress or even on Convertri. So yeah, I'm cool with that. Now I have to figure out, okay, like after they put in their email, I have to get them over into Beehive. So I'm going to need this to integrate with make.com. Here it is. Okay, it says, no, I don't think so. Add a testimonial section, include the countdown timer. Yeah, I'll put the countdown timer to the next drop on Wednesdays. Somewhere else, back on the page. So on Wednesdays at 9 a.m. EDT on the page. Let's add that. Let's add the countdown timer back in there. I'm not going to put the social proof elements. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'll go with this one. It's easier. I'm going to have to change the stuff down here because they just made stuff up over here, and I'll show you how I do that. And I'll have to add in the consent info there as well, but I can just get that wording. That's the thing is it's almost just like delegating it to somebody. You're not actually going to do this yourself. You're just going to jump in and just tell it to do stuff, which is great. Now, usually I'm not sitting here staring at it work, so I'm off doing something else. Actually, let me get the footer info. So yeah, maybe just do. I'm just going to do that. Let's close this up here. Okay, great. Yeah, I love it. Next drop in this many days. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Now let's fix the footer. In the footer, replace unhinged media with Power Up Strategy Inc. Add this disclaimer to the footer. Change the links. Let's see, delete the delete the contact link. Link privacy to, okay, let me grab the link that I need. Link terms to, okay. And then I just have to change the wording over here to add in some consent wording. It's probably over here somewhere. Let me actually see if I can get it over here. Believe I had something down here. I'm just pulling up a page that I know has that. I know this one had it somewhere. Okay. There we go. So let's see here. Great. Right underneath where you collect the email address, please replace the legal wording with you consent to us sending you from time to time event reminders, information offers we think are of value. People, subscribers may unsubscribe at any time. There we go. Right underneath where you collect the email address, both at the top and bottom of the pages. Top and, okay, hopefully it does it. The page. Sometimes it doesn't understand what I'm saying, but most of the time it does. Let's see if it does this. So it's getting there, right? So it added in the disclaimer. It had the links in here. The links are correct now. It has the correct copyright info. I'm liking that. I think it looks pretty good. Let's see. Okay. I think I'm going to remove these bullet points here because no, ready to use templates. It like swipe bar. Maybe I'll just put ready to use, swipe bar ideas without thinking too hard. Yeah. I don't know about sell faster though. I don't know if I love that. So let's just wait for it to finish this, and I might just change this here. And then I think it looks pretty good. Okay. For this section, replace it with this. Ready to use. Swipe our ideas. Okay. And then, you know what? Let's just put this here. I want to rewrite this bullet point so it doesn't sound like I'm promising or guaranteeing sales. So let's see what it does there. Okay. Oh, I like that. Move the herd, steal attention, and give your audience a clue what to do next without sounding desperate. From LOLs to leads because memes are fun, but results are better. I don't know. Yeah, I like this one here. So let's just do that. Okay, so let's put, replace this section with, let's grab this here. Move the herd. No, I don't care if there's an M dash. Now I look, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's an M dash. They're going to make it look like, you know, that it's AI, but I'm like, Nah, who cares right now? Almost there, almost there. The only thing I don't know how to do is in Netlify. So I actually want it to be like memes.thevipcrew.com/unhinged. So let me do this here. Let me just see here. Okay, let me start a new thing here. Okay. In Netlify, I have an existing page that is updated, that is connected to a GitHub repository. I created a new page in Lovable. I want this page to be on Netlify, but I want it to be memes.thevipcrew.com/unhinged. I believe I need to make sure that it's saved to GitHub as multi-branch. Help. Let's see what it says. This is the life of a vibe coder. You're just asking it to, like, what are you supposed to do next? Correct. Add unhinged inside the same GitHub repo. Nope, I don't want to do that. Oh. Okay, I don't know if I can do that. Let me put here. Add unhinged inside the same GitHub repo. Okay, let's see here. Hey. To deploy, I want this page to be added to an existing GitHub repo. Is that possible here? I have one page in the repo already, which is at Netlify as names.thevipcrew.com. I want this page to be in Netlify as names.thevipcrew.com/unhinged. Okay, let's see what it says. You run up against some of the stuff here. Download the project code, add these files to your existing Git, typically in a subfolder like unhinged, commit and push the changes to your GitHub repo. For the Netlify as a sub, go to your site settings. You'll need to configure your build settings to use the correct base directory. Add a redirects file to configure it. This React is built with client-side routing, which means you'll need to make sure Netlify's configuration handles routing to a subpath. Whoops, what happened here? Go to your site settings. You'll need to configure your build settings to use the correct base directory. I don't know if I can do this. Okay, I might not be able to do this. I'm not sure. And I do want to do this quickly, so I might just do unhinged.thevipcrew.com, which would probably be faster. So let me just do that. So I'm not going to click publish. I'm just going to click this button here, which is sync your project to GitHub. And so let's connect GitHub. Because sometimes, you know what, that just seems like a lot of work. So let's just transfer it over here. I already have it logged in. And notice here, it just created it super fast. Did you see that? It created it here, GitHub. All right, so that's all I did there. Then I went into Netlify. Let me just show you how I do this as a separate site, because that other way just looked too complicated. Let's go add new site, import an existing project, GitHub. Now it's going to list all the stuff that's inside of here. And this is the one that it just added. You can see here in Lovable that this is Machine Madness, blah, blah, blah. So let's click Meme Machine Madness. It says it's private. That's fine. Okay, so let's call it Unhinged. Okay, build settings. Unhinged is not available. Unhinged 777 maybe? Okay, there we go. Maybe like Unhinged Weekly. Build settings, branch to deploy. Let's just keep it main. I don't really understand any of these things. They look fine. So let's just go deploy. So it's going to deploy it over here, which is great. Now the next thing is domain management. So what I'm going to do is I can actually set up a subdomain over here. So I can go add a domain you already own. And here's where I can put unhinged.thevipcrew.com. Okay. And then I'm going to click verify. So now, okay, add subdomain to add it to your site. Okay. So now I actually have to go into my DNS settings and set it up. So over here, I think it tells you over here, set up Netlify DNS. So it's gonna, let's see here, verify. Maybe I went to the wrong area. Let me just see here. Okay, add a new record. Oh, here we go. Add a new record. So I'm just going to go into Cloudflare. That's where I keep my records. Go wherever that you keep your records. I'm not going to show this here because I'll have to like show where all my domain stuff is and everything, but I'll just log into Cloudflare and I'll add it. So I'll do that. That takes a while, like it can take a while for it to actually update. So I'll do that afterwards, but it's very close, right? It's very close. Let's take a look at the deploy. There, it's done. Like it's up. Whoops. Maybe it's not. Oh, I have to. Okay. It's probably at, let's see, unhinged.netlify.com, I think. Oh, I don't know where it is. Okay. Anyway, we will find it. It's okay. It's fine. It's just because I didn't update my stuff there. Oh, one more thing I have to do. Okay. After someone enters their email address, I need them to go to a thank you page. I need to, first of all, have the email get sent to make.com so I can add it to my CRM, and then go to a thank you page. Can you create the thank you page for me? Okay, let's see what it says. So this is going to take a little bit longer than we thought, but that's okay because I totally forgot about the thank you page. I could have them just land on Beehive, but I might do that for now. But let me just have it work this over here. I don't know how it's actually going to update it. Actually, it might do it all together inside of here. That's why I thought it was worth it to just ask it right here and say like, hey, can you just like add this in here and have it go to that page? In the meantime, I am going to just log into my Cloudflare. So we're getting there. It's about half an hour, right? And we had a little bit of a detour. Let's have to Cloudflare. My two-factor. Okay. So let me go find my VIP crew. Okay. So what is it? Where was it here? I think it was under domain management. Edit the domain? Nope. Go to DNS panel. Okay, DNS records. So let's see. Let me just delete this here. All right. I think, where was it again? I totally forgot where it was. They had like a CNAME that I had to set up. So let me see where it is over here. I do not want to have that set up this way. Maybe I did it wrong. Yep. I did this once before. So let's add a domain you already own. Unhinged.thevipcrew.com. Okay, so it says add DNS records. That's what we have to do next. Add a subdomain to begin delegating it. Okay, are being required to bring, okay, let's try this again. Add subdomain. All right, the DNS records will be configured automatically. You can add anytime, great. All right, so let's do an A record. So I'm just going to I'm going into Cloudflare right now, and I'm going to create a record. No, I don't actually want to do that. Hold on, I am stuck here. This is not the right place. Add a domain, continue. I'm not doing it with name servers. Okay, let me just delete this. We're not doing it with an A record. I think we need a CNAME. This is not the right place for it. Let me see if I can find the right place for it here. This is not the right place. Let me go to my other domain here and see how I did it. Okay, domain management. Yeah, I had here option. It actually popped it up for me. So let's just try this one more time. And then if not, I will just go to AI and ask it to help me. So domain management. Okay, awaiting external DNS. Here we go. That's where I clicked it. Point CNAME. So I'm going to do add a CNAME. Okay, so unhinged. And the CNAME is going to go here. Boom. Okay. Done. That's where I had to find it. See, I knew it was somewhere. Okay, let's see what Lovable's doing. I've created redirect. Important, you'll need to replace the webhook with your actual make.com. Okay, let me grab that webhook. So I'm actually going to go into make.com, and I'll show you make.com in a moment in case you're curious. Let me just log in here so I can show it to you. Again, I'm just trying to show it to you in real time here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so here I'm going to go webhook, custom webhook. Okay, add, and let's just put here unhinged newsletter. Now, see, it gives me an address here. So copy address to clipboard. And I'm just going to go in here and say, here is the webhook I need you to insert. There. Let's see. I don't even know how it's going to work. Let's see here. Okay. Great. Let's test this out here. Test.test.com, get the drop. Oh, cool. It goes over here. So you're in the meme gang now. I love this. This is great. Like, I don't actually need to change this at all. I just need to make sure that it ends up on the domain that I want. And it should end up with just like /thank you. So yeah, that looks good. So actually all I need to do is I need to wait for this to propagate, which could take like an hour or sometimes like that. So I will pause this and I will come back to here, but pretty much everything else was just, I wanted to show you in real time that like I'm doing this, and I've done this, it's about half an hour. And it would have been faster if I'd remembered where to go, like to find the CNAME information. Okay, but otherwise it's pretty much almost done. But you can see here, there's the page, it's live right here. We can also take a look at it. Oh, look, we can look at the thank you page here. Nice. Homepage is here. We can look how it looks on our phone, and I can make changes as well on our phone, but I think it looks fine. I will double check it on my actual phone as well. But I love that you can just switch back and forth here. It looks great. It automatically updates to GitHub. So if you make any changes, I'll just show you really quickly what you do here in Netlify. So what you do is you go to deploys and you go trigger deploy site. So then what it does is it's updating everything from GitHub. And so what I'll do is I'll make changes in Lovable, and then while it's doing this, it just auto updates to GitHub. And I'm not worried because this is not live yet. When I'm happy with it, then I'll go into Netlify and click deploy site. and then all the changes are done. Sometimes it takes longer than others. I've had a few times where there was an error, but I just told Lovable what the error was and it just fixed it for me. And then I just redeployed it. So super easy like this. Netlify for free gives you a certain number of build hours. Like this goes towards your build hours. I'm not even close to it. And then I think it's like $19 a month if you want to upgrade to the paid version. So I'm fine with that. And I think it also depends on how much traffic you're getting, but I'm not getting hundreds of thousands of visitors to this page a month, right? So this should absolutely be fine. See, it's still in progress. So that's going to work. So I'll just have to, there, see, it's like, it is done. It is done. Cancel deploy. Oh, it's still going. So I'm just going to let that run. Let's see. Is it live yet? Oh, look at this. It's already live. Okay, so let's see. Let me just go into, where is my, I didn't even have to pause this. Let's see. Okay, let's go over here. Let's go save. Okay, then I'm going to put save. Let me put here, unhinged newsletter. Okay, let's just save this. I'm not going to add this to Beehive yet. Let's just go immediately as new data. That's fine. Let's go run it. And then let's actually run something in here. Where did it go? Let me close all these pages over here. Okay, let's just go ling.liana@gmail.com. Okay, so went in and let's see, look, unhinged.thevipcrew/thank you. And it doesn't have the secure thing, but I think I have to click something for that. It's going to set up. Here it is. It's going to set it up. Verify DNS configuration. There we go. So it should have a, but what I'm concerned about here is like, look, it came in. So here it got my information here. So now I'm just going to add Beehive. Okay, and let's put here, create a subscriber. Great, so I'm going to create a connection. Okay, I'm going to add in this stuff here, but I didn't mean for this video to go into the automation, but what I'm going to do is now that it's grabbed information from here, I will just click it over here and it'll get added to Beehive as a subscriber and away we go. So that was actually pretty neat. All done. Now I do have a little, I do like this little favicon here, so I'll probably ask Lovable to add it, but that's all these little, just tiny little things, you know, that you can you can add, right? Back to homepage. Maybe I don't want back to homepage. Maybe I want to be like, you know, read this week's drop, right? I might do that and then it just goes to Beehive. I don't know. Or I might just even delete that totally. But the point is, this is done. It is ready to go. I do have to add in the Facebook pixel, but I can just do that in Lovable. I'll just be like, add this tracking code in here. Like add, I'm going to add my Google Tag Manager code to make it easy for me to track everything. But it's super fast, right? Very fast. So give it a try. I will come back and, oh, actually, sorry, I remembered I needed to tell you how I get the pages in. Is the security set up yet? Sometimes it takes a little minute to go. It's not yet. It's not set up yet. So let's go down here. Was successful, retry. Okay, let me just fix this over here. Let's see. It says not secure. I don't know. It may be my cache, actually, sometimes. No. It might just take a, I think I just have to wait. Sometimes it just, I might have to do a deploy. Sometimes I'll do trigger deploy clear cache and deploy site. I don't know what that does, but we can try that. Okay, so what I'll do is I will take this page here and in Convertri, if you have a way to import the page, then just do that. Otherwise, if you want to create it inside of High Level or WordPress or something like that, you'll have to recreate the page. So what I'll do is I'll go import page and I'll import from external URL. So in Convertri, they have this. I believe in a couple other builders, they have this as well. So I'm just going to put here unhinged. So I just want to import it in. I'm just going to click import. And that way it actually will download it and create it fresh for me inside of Convertri. There is no very quick way to do this, unfortunately. I have used this where I gave it to somebody or even did it myself. I went into WordPress and I just, set up the blocks myself using drag and drop. Let's see here. See, and it didn't do it quite the way I wanted to because of the animation, but you can see it's pretty much here. So the only thing that didn't come across well was the headline, but that's okay because I can just fix it over here. That's not a big deal to fix, but look, it's got the email address, it has the button, it has pretty much everything in here. Now this, it's like it did something weird here because it's not an actual countdown timer. So what I would do is I would delete this part here and just add in the countdown timer part over here, you know, and just fix whatever, you know, however I wanted it to look. I could do that. But it did do most of the work for me, you know, over here. And then, yeah, and then like in here you can see like it. So it needs a little bit of work, like, sorry, like over here for these text here. And I actually have a footer that I would add to this anyway. So I would probably just get rid of all this. But again, it got me pretty far, right? In terms of just being able to use something inside of here. And then when you're done, you can obviously fix it in mobile, but it's not ready for that yet. So honestly, that's just the way I do it. Otherwise, like, you do have to create it from scratch. It's not like, oh, to copy this code and put it into WordPress and everything's going to be great. So that is the downside of it. But if you do have something that imports in from a URL, use that. If anything, just to get you to this point where most of the work is done. Like if 75% of the work is done for the page, you're still good because you didn't have to create all of this stuff either. Okay. But this is faster, right? This is faster as long as my, let's see, as long as the security part is working. Is it working yet? Yeah, it is. See, now it's working. It looks great. So yeah, I just have to add in my Google Tag Manager, and I think I'm good. I think I'm good. And I'm just going to do that through Lovable, and any other changes I'm going to make, I'm going to do it through Lovable. Like maybe this is annoying to me. Get unhinged. That's fine. I might like just because I don't like kind of like that blurry thing, but I don't care. Like I'm just going to leave it like that for now because I just want to get this done and put up. So yeah, I think, and I might, like I said, on the thank you page, I think what I'll do is just remove back to home page. Let me put here on the thank you page, remove the button that says back to home page. There. That's the only thing I would change. And you can see here, it's going to change it right away. Now this is coming up to 45 minutes, but you know, again, we did a lot inside of here, but I did want to show you, like I said, from start all the way to finish. And now see, it's writing it, it's doing it. And all I'm going to do from there, see, it's removed. So now let's go to deploys and let's go trigger deploy site. Oh, look at this. I think okay, I don't even know. I don't know why it says starting up, but I'm just going to deploy it anyway. This is how I understand it works. And there's a lot of stuff here that I haven't gone into because this is only my second site that I've done on Netlify. But it says waiting for your other deploys from your team to complete, check the queue. Okay, that's fine. Because I am on a free version, so it only does one thing at a time. Now notice here, it did push this through. It did not do this for me the last time when I did a site. So I don't know, that's actually pretty cool that it just deployed it automatically. That did not happen to me last time. So I will have to dive into that and see, maybe there's something I hit in the deploy settings to do automatic continuous deployment. Oh, maybe that's what this was here. Configuration for continuous deployment, manage repository. Yeah, it's probably something over here that I did where it said do it as continuous. But I do believe that there is one where you don't have to have that. I will just have to dive in here. But like I said, this is all this stuff is new, right? This is all new. We're all learning together. But the thing is it saves so much time that I do think it's absolutely worth it to kind of go through all these other things that you have to go through to figure it out. Because like, look, now we're 45 minutes, like done. This is done. I just have to add the pixels in, and I'm just going to do that through Google Tag Manager, and I can start running ads. So let's see your pages that you've created with Bolt.new or Lovable. By the way, you can also use Replit as well. And I'm sure there are a plethora of other SaaS that you can also go out there and create your web pages like this. These just happen to be the ones that I'm using. So looking forward to seeing what you create.